welcome to Mama Do It Yourself. Hello, my name is Cecilia. I'm from Argentina, from Córdoba. I'm a knitwear and crochet wear designer. So, welcome. You can find me in Ravelry as Mama D and in Instagram in English as Cecilia Losada Crochet or in Spanish as Mama D Patterns. Okay, so today is July 6th, and this is the podcast number 12. This is not a tutorial, this is a podcast where I speak a little bit about the things that I'm knitting or crocheting, or the things that I'm designing, or new yarns that I receive, or everything. Okay, this is my study, so I'm here in my house. I live in Spain, near Barcelona, in a little town that is called Sant Pere de Ribes. And well, that's all for now. So let's start. Wait, in this podcast I will speak about a little bit about a new design that I will release this week. The day that you will see this podcast is the day that I will release the new pattern, so it's not gonna be tomorrow or tomorrow, it's gonna be the day that I release the pattern, because I'm translating the pattern to English. So, and I have to record 2 little tutorials for the pattern for my Spanish speakers about how to make an I-cord bind off and how to make a special pattern stitch that I use in this pattern. The pattern is called Tacuaripora. I will speak a little bit about this pattern very soon. So next I will speak about a little bit about my finished projects, and then I will speak about my work in progress, then about my future projects, then about yarns that I didn't buy and I received as a gift, or things that I have for the giveaway for the end of month for my Patreon subscribers, and a little bit about diversity. So that's all. Let's start with the Tacuaripora shawl. So my new pattern is called Tacuaripora shawl. It's this one. It's a very special design. I love a lot this design. It's very colorful, as you can see. It has a lot of work, of color work. I was in a doubt because I don't know. I don't knit too much. I am a beginner, so I didn't knew if stranded knitting is gonna be okay for a shawl. But I think that it's okay. What do you think? Because as you know, in the wrong side you can see the strands that you don't work, but I think that it's okay. I like it a lot. It's very beautiful. See? I will put pictures here, and you can see all obviously the pictures on my Ravelry store. You see? Well, that's it. So this shawl, the name is in a language that is called Guarani. I will speak a little about the language. Tacuaripora, it means like beautiful tacuaral. Tacuaral, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's the place where the bamboo grows. I don't know if I can say like a plantation maybe of bamboo. I don't know, but it's the place where the bamboo grows. I don't know how to say it in English. I was looking how to say it in English, but I didn't find anything, so that's the place where the bamboo grows. So it's from a song that it's called Tacuaripora. Here in the notes of the podcast and in the pattern you will find the link to these songs that are very beautiful. So I invite you to listen to the sound because it's beautiful. I like a lot. It's like a song for babies to make them dream. So it's very beautiful, and you will find in the pattern and in the description of the pattern in Ravelry, you will find the translation of the because the song is in the original language in Guarani, and you will find the translation to English about the meaning of the lyrics of the song. So in Guarani it says like this: Tacuaripora, eterei caturra epa, raruaija, jeroji, jawa, jawa, gua, tacuaripora, yeyeje. So in English you can read it, the song, in the description of the pattern in Ravelry and inside the pattern. And you will find also the link to the songs in YouTube. So, the Guarani language, wait, I think that is better if I read it. So, the Guarani is a language of the Tupi-Guarani family spoken by approx 12 million of people in the southern cone of America, in the south. So it is one of the two official languages in Paraguay. It is spoken in Paraguay, in areas of the northeast of Argentina, in states that are called Corrientes, Misiones, Formosa, parts of the east of the province of Chaco, and in isolated points of Entre Ríos. In the province of Corrientes, in the state of Corrientes, it is an official language along with Spanish. It is also spoken in Brazil. Guarani is one of the official indigenous languages of Bolivia. This design has a soundtrack, as I told you before, that it's called Tacuaripora, and it's a lullaby. I didn't remember that word. It's a Guarani lullaby. So I think that is beautiful and very sweet also. So if you're interested, you can visit my blog to see all information about Tacuaripora. So I knit this design with Pasquali Filati Naturali, a yarn that is called Cumbria. I think that I show you this in some old podcasts, but I will show you again. Is this one, Cumbria. It's a sport weight, and the composition of this yarn is 60% cotton pima and 40% viscose from bamboo cellulose. And it's made in Peru, and you will find a ball of 50 grams and 164 yards. It's very, very soft, and very, very soft, really. It isn't, you know, when you knit cotton, maybe it's hard, but this is not hard at all. I think that it was very beautiful to knit with needles, with knitting. Very, very beautiful. I can say that I don't know the word, that I enjoy knitting this shawl a lot. And besides, it's very, very funny, maybe, to knit this because it has a lot of different sections. So I think that in total I divide all my patterns in a lot of sections because I like to make one by one. I think that there are 14 sections. Yes, 14 sections, and then you have to block it and to hide all strands, because you will have a lot of strands when you finish it. But it's really very nice to knit. Very, very funny. So this is my new pattern, and you will find this pattern in English and Spanish in my Ravelry store. So this pattern will be with a special discount of 20% until this Sunday, okay? You don't have to add any code or anything special. I mean, if you are my Patreon supporters, remember that you will have a 50% of discount each month, that a code that you can use maybe for this pattern or for other patterns. And if you are a silver Patreon supporter, you will have this 50% of discount and also a free pattern as a reward. So here I give you the link to go and to see all information about my Patreon. So that's all right now about the Quaripora. Let's go to the next finished project. I finished the tarmac tank. Is this one? I only have to finish the I-cord bind off. I only have the strands, but it's finished, it's blocked, and I'm in love with this t-shirt. I'm sorry, with this tank. It's beautiful. I made it with, I talked about this in the last podcast. I use, I use Organic Trio, these two colors. And it's a mixture of merino, silk and cotton, and everything is organic. That's why it's called Organic Trio. And it's very fresh. I have to say, it's very fresh and very soft. You will have all the notes in my Ravelry project, but I have here in each ball I have 35 grams of the second ball of each color. So I use 130 grams in total. Okay, 75 grams of each color. No, 65 grams of each color. So it's great. And for this, for the finish it, I use an I-cord in two colors. I don't know if you can see it. Wait. I use for finishing the blouse. You see, the bind off is made with an I-cord in two colors. And I use a cotton that I have at home in my stash, that it's called New Cancun from Katia. It's a very cheap yarn, but it's very, I love it. It's like this one. This is also New Cancun from Katia, from Katia Yarns. I love the colors. It's a commercial brand, but I love the colors. It's not so soft, obviously, as this one, but I think that it's okay. For a summer blouse, I think that is great. So I use these two colors just to have more colors in the blouse, because gray is not my favorite colors. But I need, now I realize that I need clothes that can combine with everything, because all my clothes is like this with full of colors, and I need combinations. I need combinations because all my clothes is just to use it alone. And I can combine pants with blouses, and really it's a mess. So now I'm starting to make some clothes with colors more normal. No, not normal, more I don't know, soft maybe, so I can combine these garments with everything. So the next finished project is this one. It's a blouse that is designed for myself. It doesn't have a name yet. I will put pictures here better. This pattern is gonna be published maybe by the end of August, because I have to test it. I want to make it in 4 different sizes, so but it will be big sizes, just like one size is gonna be for XS and S. The second size is gonna be for ML, and like this, you know, because it's a very, very oversized t-shirt with a big V neck, and that V neck you can use it in the front or in the back. I like more in the back. And in the front, the lace pattern stitch, you see, this for the front. Then you have the lace pattern stitch also in the here in the shoulder, and then the V-neck you can use it. I like more in the back because I don't have too much breast, bust, I don't know how to say it, so it's not a problem for me at all. I love my body, but I think that it's more feminine, or maybe more sexy or sensual, or more elegant in the back, the V-neck. So I'm very happy with this design. This is one of my first designs talking about knitting, so I'm happy. I made this one also with Pasquali Filati Naturali, with a yarn that is not yarn, is cotton also. It's called Suave. Suave. It's like, in English, it could be soft. Soft by Pasquali Filati Naturali. It's like a mohair. It's like mohair with a halo, but it's all cotton. All cotton, 100% cotton, and it's very, no sé cómo decirlo, very light. I mean, in one ball of 25 grams, you have 162 meters. So I use for this blouse, I think that I use 110 grams. So less than 5 balls. I use 4 balls complete and 10 grams of the second ball, or less maybe, I don't remember right now. I have all my notes in my notes. So it's great, and it's so soft. I like it a lot. Oh. I don't know what else to say. I knitted with 4mm needles. I think that is US 6. That's the number of needle size. I have my all the measurement here on in the back of my computer. So This is my third finished project that it will be published maybe by the end of August. I don't know yet. I will need obviously testers for this. I have my test. I do my test in English in YarnPod. So I will publish the call test in Instagram, so you will see there, and also in YarnPod. So keep alert because I will make a test for this. So, sorry, and it could be needed also with any fingering weight yarn. You see? Well, that's all of this right now. So, with the work in progress, I don't make too much progress because I was needing this, so I finished. I was needing the other blouse, I finish it. I make a little progress with the blouse with unique cotton. Here I'm mixing crochet and knitting. I make the yoke with crochet. It's like a raglan yoke, and then I add knitting. You see, very easy. And then I'm sure I will add some detail on the sleeves, but it's gonna be very easy to make. So this is my little advance with this blouse. I'm using unique cotton from Earth Yarns, and the colors are very beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. Wait, there you have unique cotton from Earth Yarns. So this is my little advance with this, and my other advance with these socks. You have already published the cornflower socks. They are already published on my Ravelry shop. I like a lot. You see, and I'm knitting the second one. This is my little advance with the second one. I made the I don't know how to say. The heel? Yes, the heel. No, toe up. Yes, the heel. I finished the heel, and now I'm working the cuff of these socks. I like it. So maybe this week I'm gonna finishing these socks and the blouse. And let's go to the future project. So in my future projects, I will start this week with the ranunculus from Midore Hirose. I was with a lot of work in progress, so I thought that first I want to finish a lot of work in progress that I had on my needles. So now that I finished some, I can start another one. So I'm making I'm gonna start with the ranunculus that I said on my last podcast that I will start, and now this week I'm ready for start the ranunculus. So and my next future projects, but I don't think that this week, maybe in a month, it will be the Mylen shawl. I was thinking, I was sure that I want to make more garments about Mylen, that project that it will be published in August. The first design is gonna be a t-shirt that now all the testers are testing in a lot of sizes. So I was sure that when I start knitting, first it was the mylen crop sweater, then the mylen t-shirt, and then I realized that it could be maybe a complete collection. I don't know, but it's just that I like it a lot. And so I think I'm sure that I'm gonna make the shawl also, but I was not sure about what kind of shawl it's gonna be. I mean about the construction. So I decided to make a triangular symmetrical construction. So I have the idea on my head and I only have to make a little illustration about how it's gonna be, but I know how it's gonna be, the shawl. I just to make a little illustration and to make how I'm gonna add the colors and which colors I'm gonna use for the shawl, because I don't want that all the garments have the same color. I want different colors for everything. And then I'm gonna make also in the future I'm gonna make also a cowl, a hat, I'm not sure, a pair of mittens, a fingerless mittens, and also how do you say, leg warmers, that I love leg warmers. So I'm sure that I'm gonna make all that. But first the shawl. So that are gonna be my future projects. So let's go to the section what I didn't buy. Okay, this week I received beautiful yarns that I didn't buy, but I'm gonna show you. The first one is this one. Is Regines from Pasquali Filetti Naturali. I love this. It's cotton, it's recycled cotton, and you can see it's like jean. It's very, very beautiful. I love it. I'm testing the yarn with crochet. I have an idea, but I don't know if it's gonna be okay. I think that yes, could be okay. So I'm testing it. I make just the yoke of summer tank, and I'm see what happens. So I don't know. It's beautiful. I received four skins of this color. The color is Regines color 09. It's like coral, but no, it's like yes, like coral, and I like it a lot. So thank you, Paul from Pasquali, for sending me these yarns. Then I received also a present for my friend in Argentina. She's called Laura. Laura in English, Laura in Spanish. So she sent me beautiful yarns. Thank you so much, Laura, for sending me this. I know that she's gonna see my podcast in Spanish, so thank you so much. She sent me this pencil that this pencil that it says in English says life, love and knit. It's beautiful. I'm gonna write a lot of patterns with this. for sure. Then I received this that in English it says I need, then I exist. First I need, then I exist. And these little stitch markers with her name also. Oh, wait, yes, here. This is they are beautiful, this and this. I received 3. So thank you so much. I love this. Then I received 2 yarns for me. Are this one. This is mohair, baby mohair worsted. It's beautiful. This is her brand, Kaya Yarns, and oh, it's beautiful. This yarn I love a lot. It's very soft. It has a halo, very beautiful. I have this color and this second color that, as you can see, they are not speckles, they are like you see, wait, there you can see a little bit of violet, fuchsia, but very soft, and it's gray. I like it a lot. So I'm sure that from here there's gonna be some beautiful design for this winter. And the next yarn, she sent me also these 2 skeins of yarn. This is merino 18 micras worsted. This is for my Patreon supporters. All month I make a special giveaway with a lot of yarns and patterns, not only from me, besides from other designers. So she sent me 2 skeins for the giveaway of July. By the end of July, I'm gonna make a special giveaway for all my Patreon supporters. So this is gonna be one of the prizes that they're gonna be on the giveaway. So wait, I'm gonna and then I received a lot of yarns from her for selling on my little online shop here in Spain. I'm gonna show you because they are so beautiful. Wait, here you have this is they are very beautiful. I want to show you because it's not very common to use this base on yarns, but I think that they are very special. This is a mixture of silk and linen. Yes, linen and silk. And I want to show you the colors. I think it's so beautiful. You see, oh, this blue is wow, like an indigo. You have this green. There you have sand, beige, mustard, orange. This is like a pink. This is like a palette pink, gray, or maybe brown, or like a pearl. No, like I don't know right now. Violet. 2 different reds. And this is like a purple. Yes. Well, I want to show you because they are so beautiful. She sent me from Argentina these skins to sell on my little online shop here in Spain. So I was telling you that I received these skins. I have all here to sell on my online shop here in Spain for Spanish for Spain. I send also, I ship to also to France, to Germany, to UK, to Portugal. So if you are interested in buy this yarn, it's gonna be next week on my online shop. And as you can see, they are in a very limited edition. So if you are interested, you know. Well, what else? Let me see on my notes what else I want to share with you. Here. Okay. The next thing that I want to share with you is that next year on February I'm gonna be in a yarn festival in Denver, Colorado. It's a new festival that it's called Naval Yarn Fest. I put you here all the links to this festival if you want to follow them on Instagram or in Facebook. And you can, there will be a lot of instructors from different parts of the world. So I think that it's going to be a very interesting festival. It's not the normal festival that we used to see every time with always the same instructors, and it's going to be very, very different as the usual festivals. So there are going to be instructors from Argentina, from Peru, also from United States, from Portugal also. It's just that I can't talk too much right now about the instructors because it's gonna be a surprise. So I just can't tell you that it's gonna be a very different and a very special festival, and you will can learn things there that you can't learn in other festivals. Instead they invite us, so I'm open if you want to invite me to more festivals. So I think that is gonna be really, really, really interesting. So if you want to follow the Naval Yarn Fest on Instagram, here is the link, and you can add your support to the festival. So what else I want to speak about? Maybe about diversity, about what happens in Ravelry and with BIPOC and LGTBE plus collective. I'm sorry, my English, I know that is not the best for speaking about this, but I'm trying to do my best, I promise. As I talked to you before in other episodes of my podcast, I'm from South America, living in Spain. So my experience in this, my personal experience, maybe it's not like people of color, obviously, because I am white, as you can see, but I can talk like an immigrant in a country that is not mine. When I get to Spain, I was 5 years without papers, being illegal, like Manu Chao. I was 5 years without the right to go to my country to visit my family and come back to Spain. I could go to Argentina or to other places, but for sure I'm not. It would not be possible to enter again to Spain because I was illegal. I couldn't work because I didn't have papers or residence or anything, so I don't know if you know me from before, but I was traveling for all South America, working in the street with my handcraft. I used to make crochet and macrame and sell that things to pay to live, basically, because I didn't have more money. About all my money was made by selling my handcrafts, so I was living. I don't like to say traveling because it wasn't a trip like when you are a tourist or something like that. There was no place to come back and there were no plans. That was my day to day. Was being in places. One day maybe I was selling in one little town, and maybe I could stay in that little town maybe 2 days or maybe 3 months. We didn't have plans. I was very young also. So I was in a lot of countries. I was in the north of Argentina, I was in Bolivia, I was in the jungle in Bolivia a lot of time. I'm very deep in the jungle. I was in Peru also. I was in Ecuador. I was a lot of time in Ecuador, and I was also in Colombia. I was traveling. I was very happy traveling for all that places, and that part of my life was 2 years in total, living in all South America. Then I moved to Argentina again, and when I get to Argentina, Argentina was a disaster in that time, because it was the famous corralito. I don't know how to say it in English, but was the time where the banks stay with your money, and the coin of Argentina make a big devaluation. So when they get the money to you again, it wasn't value anything. So a lot of people lost everything, lost their life refunds and everything, their houses. It was a disaster in that time, Argentina. So I was in Argentina maybe less than 1 month, and I realized that I couldn't stay in Argentina in that time because it was a totally disaster. I remember that I was selling in the street and nobody buys anything because nobody has money, and people was eating in the street with a popular I had a little money for buy a ticket to Spain, but no more money only for the ticket. So I remember that when I get to Spain, to the Barcelona airport, I was in the airport and I was in my pocket I only had $50 50 euros. That was all the money that I had on my pocket, and with a tourist visa of 3 months. That was all. I have family here in Spain. They came here, and they are living here a lot of years ago, now maybe 30 years. So they are like Spanish right now, Catalans. And I stayed at their home, I remember, 1 month until I was looking for what to do. So I started selling on the street in Barcelona. I sell very well, always. I never had problems about that because I was very it was my life for a lot of years. So for me was the day by day. For me was the normal thing, was living like that. So for me it wasn't a trouble at all. maybe someone came and said to me, okay, you will have to work in an office 8 years every day, blah blah blah. I said, oh my god, that's like a nightmare. So for me it was okay. Then I moved to the south, to Andalusia, because it was cheaper for living, and besides, a lot of friends of mine, a lot of my friends were living there. They were selling on the streets also, and they told me that it was very easy to sell and very cheap to live. So I went to Granada, living there, and I was living there 5 years, casi, maybe 6, but 5 years and a half. I moved for all Spain, selling my stuff, my handcrafts, in a lot of handcraft markets. But if I went out from Europe, I knew that I never could come again in a long period of time. I knew that if the police comes to say to me, because all the things that I was doing was illegal, I know it, I had to leave. So I knew that if the police comes, maybe they put me on a plane and go back home. So that's my story. Then I couldn't get the residence, and later I couldn't get the citizen papers as a citizen of Spain. So I am half Argentinian and half Spanish. So that's my story as an immigrant here in Spain. So a lot of times I was discriminated as South American, a lot of times. When you don't agree with someone, I think that when that person doesn't have more things to, maybe you can say, okay, you have a different opinion, I have my opinion, I respect your opinion, and that's all. But when you want to get the right thing, and you think that your kind of opinion is the only one and the best one, and the opinion that everybody has to have, and you don't agree with that, and that person can't maybe realize that when I'm sorry, my English is a total disaster. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. But the fact is that when they know that they don't have the reason, or maybe that they are wrong, they say to you, okay, go back home, Sudaca, de mierda. And I heard that Sudaca is like a very despective way to say to a South American. I can say to myself Sudaca because I'm proud to be from South America. But I can say it maybe to my friends in a very familiar way. I don't know if you understand me. I can say that to myself. I can say to myself I'm a Sudaca because I know that for me it's a pride to be from South America. So for me it's not an offensive way to talk about myself. But when someone else tells me Sudaca, in a despective way, and I know that that person is telling me that in a despective way, like if I was less for being from South America, it's really bad. It's really, really, really bad. I don't like it, and I received that a lot of times living here. And obviously I receive a lot of times beautiful things and beautiful attitude from Spanish, from Catalans, and from people from País Vasco, and people from Andalusia, and from all parts of Spain. More kind things than awful things, obviously. But if I, being white, receive these things, I can imagine people who have more racial, indigenous skin, or my English is so bad for speaking about this. I can imagine how much awful things these people receive all days of her or his lives. So I think that all the work that BIPOC and LGBTI plus collectives that speak in English are doing, it's a great job. But also I realized that me as a South America, I realized also that me as a South American person that have the lucky and the privilege of speaking English, I mean, we are making a lot of effort to an extra effort in this knitting community or crocheting community to be a part of this. And I find that Spanish speaker or people from Latin America, I like to say more people from Latin America, because I don't know if Spanish from Spain wants to no, they don't want to be part of this, but me as a South American, I want to be part of this also. And so that's all I want to say. And I want to say that I support Ravelry by this decision, and that I'm conscious that this is a consequence of all the effort that all these collectives makes about diversity, for saying a word that means everything what they do. So thank you a lot. I don't want to say names because they are so much, and I don't want to forget anybody in this. So I think that everybody knows who are they, because they are talking a lot about this since January. So thank you very much. And I want to say to you that remember that Latin American exists also. That's all. So that's all I want to say. I'm sure that I'm gonna cut a lot of things about this history, about diversity, because my English is awful. I can talk about knitting a lot in English because I read patterns in English all day, and I listen to English podcasts all day, but when I have to speak about sensations or about feelings, or about ideas that doesn't have to be with knitting. It's a little difficult for me to communicate in a language that is not mine. And I don't talk every day in English here because I'm living in a country that they speak Spanish, and besides, in Spanish they don't speak English at all. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a partner in this podcast, and see you in the next. Bye bye.